about photography and visual arts with Aiden, Eleanor, Liam, Meg, Tanya, and me, Soleil.
The Harlem Renaissance, also known as the New Negro Movement, was a cultural revival of African American music, dance, fashion, and art spanning throughout the 1920s and 30s.
The Harlem Renaissance was created by multiple historical movements such as Jim Crow laws, which were laws built under the idea of separate but equal that segregated the facilities used by African Americans and white Americans. These laws were also backed up by violence, making life in the South very dangerous for African Americans. So what they did was a lot of them migrated north, and that created the Great Migration, where they all migrated north to find a safer place with better opportunities. But there they were met with the Red Summer, which was months of violence against them, where mobs came in and ruined their house and killed them. But these push factors helped African Americans move to the north, where they found their culture could thrive through using multiple different art forms.
Visual art was a very unique way for African Americans to express their emotions during the 1920s and 30s. They created different perspectives using layering, texture, and a wide variety of colors to best show their opinions about segregation, discrimination, Jim Crow laws, the Red Summer, the Great Migration, and any just intriguing events that were happening in that time. As you can see, Aaron Douglas' piece, The God's Trombones, he uses perspective and color to best show the praise toward people who play music.
Many contemporary artists use artistic expression to convey their ideas and feelings through their works of art. In order to effectively convey their ideas and emotions to the viewers, they use a broad range of colors and textures to create a variety of viewpoints.
The Harlem Renaissance was seen as a celebration of African American culture. Photography was one of the ways African Americans artistically expressed themselves. It was used to accurately portray African American life. So many African Americans use this to tell and show stories of African American life. In this, it conveyed the message that African Americans had a rich life and culture to share as well.
This photo shows an example of that. It's called New York Children Dance Class, taken by James Van Rizzi. This photo shows young African American girls dancing happily during the Harlem Renaissance. This highlights the feeling of artistic expression and happiness that came from the Harlem Renaissance during that period.
So artistic expression is used in photography now to give a more abstract and dramatized look to a photo. By using newer technology and Photoshop, photographers are allowed to morph their photo much more freely, which allows them to be much more expressive and creative with them.
And as you can see by this photo, Self-Portrait by Flo Nagala, she uses newer technology and editing techniques to warp herself into many different versions of herself. And this highlights the feeling of different ideas, thoughts, and emotions behind a straight face in a single person. And now we'll be talking about our culminating piece. So my topic was photography, and my theme was visual arts and activism. So I went to the UChicago campus and took pictures of kites that UChicago students created in support of Palestine for the Israel-Hamas war. Israel and Palestine have had many tensions throughout history, and in 2023, Israel started raiding Palestine, and Palestine has been under attack ever since. 31,164 Palestinians have been killed since March 2023. I decided to take photographs of these things because I've been interested in photography ever since I was a child, since my grandfather was a professional photographer.
My culminating piece is called The Girl in Yellow. I took inspiration after Amy Sherrill's work. They call me Redbone, but I'd rather be called Strawberry Shortcake. Redbone is a noun that represents a black woman with a lighter skin tone, and she says that she'd rather be called Strawberry Shortcake because Strawberry Shortcake is known for a fair skin tone and red hair. I did this painting because it expresses my love for art, but also it connects to my theme, artistic expression, because she's expressing her success in her visual art career.
Okay, so for my culminating piece, my theme was cultural identity, and so my idea was that in the Harlem Renaissance, they used photos as a window into their stories, their lives, where they came from in their culture. So I did a collection of photos showing where my family came from in our culture. in our new generation.
For my culminating piece, I made a painting, and the painting shows Louis Armstrong, who's a famous musician, and I showed him playing a trumpet, and the trumpet is kind of evolving into like modern society, and shown is a singer, and he's holding a microphone, and then a painter and a woman in a dress that's dancing. So I was showing how Louis Armstrong used his music to like make an impact on modern society.
For my culminating piece, I did a photo collage because my topic is photography and my themes are storytelling and cultural identity. What I did was I took photos of different places in Wisconsin that either tell their own story or tell stories of others. For an example, the Dietz home, also known as the Casablanca Hotel, is home to Anna and Adam Dietz, and this hotel was created because of segregation. So back in during the Harlem Renaissance, when African American performers would come and perform jazz and the blues, they would be turned away at hotels because of segregation. So the Dietzes created a hotel and a safe place for them to stay. So although I'm not going to go into depth about the other two places, these two places both document Black heritage, and the reason I did places in Wisconsin is because it's where I grew up.
My culminating piece, well, my topic was photography and my theme was storytelling and cultural expression, and I decided to take photos that were inspired by James Van Der Zee's photography. He was a famous photographer during the Harlem Renaissance, and he mainly took portraits of families, and I decided, and they all tell stories, and I took photography through those themes with different portraits of my family to show his photography for that.
Thank you guys for listening, and now for our workshop.
Okay, so for our workshop, we're doing a little photo shoot, so where you can create your own photographs. You can pick a Harlem Renaissance photo for inspiration, which is on the next slide. Then you can pick some props over by Soleil and Eleanor, and then you can set them up behind a background that you're choosing. You can pose in front of it, or if you don't, if you're feeling camera shy, you can use these to create your own background or color your own thing, and then you can get a Polaroid and snap the picture, and you can create your own collection.